Hey everyone, it's Apache here and welcome back to Modded Megaquarium. We're going to get on with this room today. So I want to, first of all, to try and work out a little bit of a layout, and then we'll put a couple of tanks in and then work out where everything needs to be. So we have the entranceway into here, so we know that the path is going to come up this way. So if we come in, we can grab the Pacific paint, and I'm going to carry on with this kind of design all the way along. So if we bring these three lines in here, and I think I like the idea of this going all the way along to the end. So we'll have the entrance into maybe another room back here, and then this will come down like that. And I want this as well to split off down here somewhere. So we're going to work out where that needs to be by, if I also put in the harbourside paint. Knew that would happen. Down here. We'll just get all of this in. And down this side. Haven't decided exactly what I want to do for the flooring yet. I'm thinking a beach style though. I quite like the idea of having a beach in here. So we'll see what that looks like. Just going to grab the Pacific paint again and paint those. So we'll have a look at the Pacific paint in a minute. However, first of all, I want to have a look at the tanks. I want to put some of the Belfast tanks in here. So we will grab Belfast tanks. We want it that way around. We want it one away from here and about two away from there. So I'm going to grab two of these out, like that. And I think that might be where we have the next bit here. So, if we get the paint, we can put in, would it be there? Something like that. Yeah, it would. That makes it nice and even, and that will come down up here, and then the next door will be there. So we'll do that. So I think now I can get rid of these, and I can go again with the harbourside paint. And then let me have a play around with some of the paints on the floor, and I'll show you the design that I've come up with. So there we go, that is the Pacific paint in. So we've got the sand on the floor here and the lovely kind of seascape on the walls. So if we come down into this room, I'll just go down into first person so you can see what the roadway is like as we come through. So we have this as the main entrance here. And we've got the tanks on this side, all the gift shop stuff there. And then as we look through here, this is where I said I wanted to be able to see a load of tanks in there from here. Some nice big tanks. So as we come through, I'm thinking we will have maybe 3 Belfast tanks on this side. We'll have some benches, some bins, and maybe some vending machines down here. We're going to have a backstage area over there, so we can incorporate a toilet block into that. And so I'm thinking beach theme, so nice tropical beach. I instantly think sharks and jellyfish. Don't know why. Sharks, jellyfish and crab. Maybe lobster. So we'll have 3 Belfast tanks which are tropical here. And then we'll have 2 Chrysal tanks that are cold water over here. And again we'll have to have a backstage area just over there. And then this one will go through to somewhere over here, and then this will go through to somewhere over there as well. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to try that anyway. So we'll come over to here, we'll put those tanks back in that we had. I've got no idea how much all of this is going to cost. It'll be interesting to work that out, and to see by the end of the episode whether we're actually still able to do anything else in this place. So in this area here, let's just see how much space we have. That doesn't look bad. I mean, how would it be if I had a 2 gap there? That'll give me a free gap there. That'll give me... I think I'd actually prefer it to be like that. Just give me a little bit more space behind here. So I've got to put the walkways up with these. So we'll do that now. And I do like to do these with one in the centre and then coming down by either side of them. I'll sort that one out in a sec. Like this. And then we can delete that bit there and put the stair in. Come on. And I'll move you. Yeah, just like that. So then I suppose the entrance, well, the backstage area will want to be somewhere like this. If we come down to there and then across. And I think I'm going to want a toilet area here. But I'm going to wait and see how much space I need, because we're going to have quite a lot of machines in here, because I'm going to need 2 pumps for this. So we come into this menu here and go down to large pump. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to need 2 pumps. So we're going to get one into there. That's not able to get that one. We'll do one there onto here. So we need to move this somewhere like that. Add that tank, add that tank. And this one, want to add that tank and add that tank. Because these are 226 each. So we are going to require quite a bit of heating. And I think I'm going to do heating on one of them. And then filtration on the other. So we're going to need 4 of these. Okay, so that gives us enough, but it doesn't, that's 880. These are 225 each. That does give me a fair amount of filtration, actually. Sorry, of redundancy on the heating. So now we can go for, let's see, we'll get a couple of these in. We can do it like that. Or tell you what, let's move this up and along by one. So if I can move that to there, then that'll give me the most amount of space. Whoops. To there. And then let's connect these up again. Because then I can move that one down by one, that one down by one. And then put some triple filters in just like that. And I'll probably end up having to do that there as well. These are going to need a lot of filtration for the different types of fish we're going to have in. And I want a couple of chrysal tanks as well. So I'm going to grab a small chrysal tank. And that will want to go, let's say, there. Perfect. Oh, wow. I was like, it was made for it. Excellent. And then we're going to need in the back here. So let's work out where that's going to need to be. If we grab the partition wall first, because that's going to come across about to maybe to there, but I'm not too sure. So we'll need to put it into this space here. This one can be a power pump instead of a large pump, and we can go up to there. That's the furthest away we can take it. So we'll grab a mega chiller for this side, and I suppose we can just put triple filters around it, which should hopefully be enough, something like that. And then if we bring this one down to there, then that'll be okay. We need to put the things in it there, the platform and the stairs. just like that. Let's put a wall across here. Need to put some tool stations in these as well. So we'll put a tool station in there. We're going to need a staff door. I think the staff door can probably go there. So that'll be a staff door. And then across here, maybe some padded benches. Like that. And a bin. I'll make sure I get a load of bins around. I was thinking about doing something with the floor arrows, but I haven't really been able to make them work properly. Nothing seems to really stop the people from walking back over them. I tried it when I had, remember the corridor in the last version of this? I tried it in there and I just walked back over it. Maybe because there was nowhere to go at the other end and nothing to attract them, but I thought it should work regardless. Okay, so we've got the Kreisel tanks, we've got the Belfast tanks, we've got the staff area for here. This is going to want to be a visitor door on here, because this is going to be the entrance to a little toilet block here, because we've got this space. Now how much space do we have back here? If we say we can get rid of that much space, then we can have a staff door just there, and then we can have 2 sets of toilets in there. We can have some sinks and a broom cupboard. So let's get deluxe toilets. This is a nice big toilet block area. Now this isn't, from game mechanic wise, this isn't good to have this many toilets all in one go, because if we say move one of these, you can see the area of effect that it has, and I'll just put it down, scroll out and move it. So it has this area of effect, which is quite a large area of effect, especially with these ones. But these are per toilet. So if you've got a load of them in a row, then it's only going to give a small amount of area extra. Whereas if you have them all dotted around in other places, then you'll get a lot more coverage basically. But I like the real world aspect of having, you could imagine they would have toilets this way or toilets this way or toilets here, and you'd actually have to path through the aquarium. They wouldn't just put a toilet in each room. And they would have these toilet blocks every so often. So I think that's probably the best way to do it. Give a little bit more realism to the game like that. So we're going to get a staff door and put it into there. Now we need a sponge sink. We're going to add those 1, 2 and 3. We will get a bin. The bin will go in the corner there. And we're going to get a broom cupboard. I do quite like putting these broom cupboards into the public, open to the public as well. I can see this not just being an open thing, but this would be like a closed storage cupboard. I think it should be just like a closed storage cupboard with cleaning written on it or something like that. Because when you go into public toilets, you do see these sometimes. Little staff only cupboards, sometimes with a padlock on it. Sometimes the padlock's been broken off and all the stuff's been stolen inside it. But such is life. We're going to grab another visitor door and put it onto there, just to separate all the toilets off from everything else. And then we just need to paint everything. So we will get the Pacific Tropical Beach paint, that's one. And we'll paint all of this, even this stuff back here, and all of these walls. You also want to paint the tanks. Go for these ones, and all of these walls as well. Okay, is that everything? Apart from, I think we want padded benches. So we'll place one there, and come across by one. One there, one there. And what's that? That is a 5 wide gap. I actually want one there, one there. Is that going to be right? Yeah, that all looks about right. But maybe I need to go back home. Oh, it's done this again. Hate it when it tries to do this. There we go. That's better. Try and coax it back into position. When you press shift as you're zooming in and out, it tends to go wrong. Or when you press WSAD as you're zooming in and out. Okay, so if I said on this square instead, yes, it should be on this square instead. There's just something that didn't look quite right about the placement. So we have, or is it? That's now, I'm confused, because what I want to do in between these is have, so like a fizzy drinks machine. Yeah, this looks about right. Then is that? Maybe this isn't right. No. So if I did it there... No, these are very, very wrong now. Right. Let's just put it back how I had it. And then that one goes back. And then I think with the fizzy drinks machine we'll have some popcorn. And then it's this one that needs to move up. That's better, because then in this spot here, I thought I had this right, because if you have a 5 and then a 4 and then a 5 and then a 4 and then a 5, and that should work out equal, because these spacings are all equal across here, from there and here and here. So yes, it does work. And then we'll go for a coffee machine and a chocolate machine. So then we have fizzy drink and popcorn, and then we have chocolate and coffee. Two things that go together amazingly. And then in between here we will put some bins just by the benches there. And I think that decoration wise that's going to be okay. I like that. Let me know down in the comments what you think of this design. And whether in the next few minutes whether you think I've done anything wrong with the fish and with the all the stuff that I'm going to actually put into here. So let me just quickly now work out exactly what I'm going to have in here, and I will get back to you in a second. So I've just had a look at the time on the video, and I think today we're only going to get time just to do the chrysal tanks. We're going to sort these 3 out in the next episode, because I think there's going to be a lot to get sorted with these ones. And if we've got time, then afterwards we'll get started in here and have a think about what we want to do in there. So with these chrysal tanks, I think we're going to put a couple of different things in here actually. I'm going to put, obviously, the 2 different types of jellyfish we have. Which is the purple striped jellyfish and the moon jellies. So we're going to have 2 of those in there. Fighting conspecifics. Okay, you can only have 1. I thought these were only non-congeners. I thought they could be in with themselves, but not with other things. Let's just have a look. Congeners only. Cannot be housed with any non-other inverts. Okay, so dislikes conspecific, so it can only be housed by itself. So you can only have 1 of these in 1 tank. Okay. And then this one is congeners only. So we'll have, say, 3 of those in there. So 1 of these will have to disappear, which is a shame because we can't really have much else in there. Can we, for instance, have a fish eating an enemy? Because I wanted 1 of these in here. But no, it can't go in there. What a shame. What a real shame. So is there? Yeah, but there's nothing else we can have in there because it doesn't like being with anything of its own type, and it doesn't like being with anything of another type. So it is literally just on its own. So with these two, I usually like putting the asparagus grass in the bottom of it because there's not really much else you can do with these tanks. And the asparagus grass does actually look fairly good in there. I think it gives quite a nice texture to the bottom of it, a nice colouring. We could probably have a couple more of these in there. I really am tempted to put enough of these in so that they don't grow, so it just stay nice and small. But they might die off, so we're not going to do that. So that is those two done. We're going to need some krill and some artemia. And that can go in the back of here. So we'll grab some krill. Does this want to move along? No, it can't move along. It can move along this way though. Do we want to do that? Because I can put another one here. Oh, I've missed a bit of paint there. Go down, tropical beach. There we go. So I could move this up a little bit, which I think I am going to. Just like that. I may... If I change it around, then I can put stuff in. This gives me even more space. That's okay. Add that onto that. I don't need all of this, do I? Let's see how much I do need. So we definitely need some. So we'll get... See if we just got one of these. Yeah, that's fine. And then I could even let's just do that one. Get rid of that. Move this to there and hook it back up. And then add in one of those things. Now like that. And that gives me plenty of space. So we'll move that across to there, and then we want the artemia as well. So we'll grab a artemia like that, and there's those two done. And I think that is going to do it for today. We've got all the Belfast tanks in, we've got all of the paint in, we know where the road network's going. We've added in 2 different types of jellyfish. Unfortunately we can't be with anything else. I really wanted to put some anemones in the bottom of these, but we can't do that. So that's a shame, but once we get some more jellyfish, which I think is later on in rank 9 or 10, then we will be able to add some at least into this one. And I may think about changing this guy out and adding him somewhere else in, and maybe a much smaller chrysal tank, somewhere in like the unique fish or hard to deal with fish room, and then we'll put some other different type of jellyfish in here. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me today. If you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like, comment and subscribe on the video and to the channel, and I will see you next time.